Hey, Brandon, this is Melissa Parrish, Rob's wife. He actually spoke to you a few days ago, I guess, and he asked me to send you over a screencast kind of showing you how I do mine. Everybody does them a little bit differently, so you kind of just adapt it to fit your personality. But it's basically the same principles. You always want to just talk about content, citations, and backlinks. So I'm just going to do one going over, I believe it's your father-in-law Derek's website, Lock and Key Center. So I will just start from there. Hey, Derek, this is Melissa with Lady Boss Leads. I want to take a quick minute and shoot over that video we spoke about as promised. So we're going to go through your website and do an audit and show you what's holding you back from getting on that first position of Google and see what you can do today to bring you the most value and start outranking your competitors online. The first thing that I want to talk about is content. So when someone searches for a keyword, say locksmith, Nashville, Tennessee, Google has what's called crawlers, and they crawl the internet searching and ranking those results. So they're looking for keywords and what your site should be found for, like the services that you offer and what areas you serve. So going over your website here, it looks great. It has nice pictures, great layout, looks very professional. It doesn't have a whole lot of content though. So one thing I can tell you about Google is they love to see content. They like to see a minimum of 1,500 words on your homepage using those keywords we were talking about, ideally about 10 to 15 times. So if we go and do a Google search for locksmith, Murfreesboro, Tennessee, up at the top here, these are all paid ads. So these are people that are paying per click. So every time you click on this ad of theirs, they're actually paying for that. It's a great way to get business immediately and a lot of leads coming in fast, but it also can get a little bit pricey. And if you scroll down a little bit, this is called the Map Pack. So the Map Pack are all these companies that have what's called a Google My Business page or a GMB. So the top 3 listings here, these are the ones that are going to receive most of the business. They're super easy to find. People don't have to scroll to the next page. They can just look in here and pick one of these top 3. So they're going to get the most phone calls coming in, which essentially would turn into leads, right? So a few ways that you can optimize your GMB page in order to try and get one of these top 3 spots. You want to have at least 25 5-star reviews. You want to add 10 to 15 photos on your GMB. And also you want to have a pretty extensive About Me section using those keywords we talked about. Google takes all of that into account when they're ranking these GMBs and pushing it to the top of this top 3 positions. So then when we scroll down, this is what's called the organic listings. So you also want to be on the top 3 of these ideally. Again, people don't want to scroll to the next page to be able to find you. When you want to be the easiest found, so that way you get the most phone calls coming in through your website. And when I went and looked at this top guy here, the first in the organic listing, he's actually AAA lock and safe. So he's the top on their organics and he's the top in the GMB. So he really is easy to be found. He's going to be getting the most phone calls out of everyone on this list. So if we go and look at his website, there we go. Okay, so when we take a look at his website, AAA Lock and Safe, his website looks decent too. It has a little bit of content, but I can tell you right off the bat, he really doesn't have enough content either, so he'd be super easy to beat out content-wise. But obviously there's a few back-end things that go into it as well. So I use this program called Ahrefs, and it goes in and it analyzes the website. So it tells you everything on the back end and what you're going to be up against and what you need to do to beat out those competitors. So when we put his website in here, these numbers right here are super important. It's called the UR and the DR rating. The UR is how trustworthy your site is in Google's eyes, and the DR is how powerful it is. And these numbers are typically raised by backlinks. Now, you might be wondering what the heck a backlink is. So a backlink is any website article or blog that's referring people back to your site. Google basically sees it as a popularity contest. The more people that are referencing your website URL, the more Google sees your site as being powerful and trustworthy, and they're going to kick it to the top of their rankings. So if we look at their numbers here, they have 175 backlinks coming from 19 referring domains. And of those 19 domains, 13 of those sites are coming from super powerful sites. All backlinks are not created equally, so you want to make sure that you grab backlinks from powerful sites. You don't want it coming from spammy sites or sites that don't have anything to do with your scope of work or your keywords that you're trying to target. And let's also talk about citations. So a citation is anywhere where your company name, address, and phone number is listed in a directory. Things like Yelp, Angie's List, Home Advisor, anything like that. That's called a citation. And note that when you have your company listed in something like that, those leads you're sharing with all the other different companies, all the other locksmiths in your area, you're sharing those leads with all of them. When you get people coming in straight through your website directly, those leads are exclusive to you and you're not sharing them with anyone. So let's go back and talk about keywords again. So they have 192 keywords on their site. Let's take a look and see. Oh, I guess I have to sign in again. Let's see what kind of keywords they have going on. So locksmith Murfreesboro, hope I'm saying that right. They have 100 people coming into their site looking for this specific keyword per month. So locksmith Murfreesboro TN, they're bringing in 100 people per month. So basically what these numbers are is this is the search volume that this keyword is getting per month. So this specific keyword is getting 200 people search for it per month. So you really want to try and target some of those high volume keywords. That way you're just bringing more people to your site. You're getting more phone calls coming in, essentially turning into more leads. The more people that find your site, the more leads you're going to get through your website. And as we saw on that first page when we looked at them, this number 389, that means they're getting 389 people that are finding their website per month through their organic traffic alone. So the reason they're in that first position is a combination of the keywords on their site, those backlinks that they have, and the citations that they're listed in. So let's go take a look at your website. So your UR rating is actually pretty good. The DR rating could use some help. You don't have very many keywords on there. And if you just add that content to the homepage, including those keywords we talked about, that would really help you bring in some more traffic to your site, including maybe adding your company in a bunch of citations and also some backlinks. So it looks like you guys are not being found at all directly through your website, unfortunately. But don't worry, that would be easily fixed with those 3 things that we talked about. Derek, I hope that you found this helpful and you can implement some of these strategies to start getting some more leads in through your website alone. Please feel free to leave me some feedback and reach out if you have any questions at all. I hope you have a good night and look forward to speaking to you soon.